Happy Halloween. So, quick disclaimer, this video was supposed to go out on Halloween, but I had it uploaded and then I got a copyright claim for composition. So that's fun. So if you're a creepypasta YouTuber, I guess don't use Scent of the Night by Mayu. Yeah, this made me relapse into smoking. So please subscribe so I can afford another pack of Baja Blast Newports. Even if you're a hater, you're literally funding my destruction, so think about that. It's more honorable than going out to a unicorn fart bay. Anyways, back to the video. The Creepypastas of YouTube. This video isn't about YouTubers who upload creepypasta content, but creepypastas written about the website itself or its users. If you want more goofy creepypastas to listen to after this video, I uploaded a hour-plus video about SML creepypastas a few months ago. And if you don't know what SML is, it's that YouTube show where the puppets say the N-word or whatever. And a man who's about to turn 30 and has been banned on YouTube multiple times still thinks it's a good idea to keep a character like this on his show.
Black Yoshi, if everything's free on Black Friday, then why are there prices? Why is there prices on this piece of paper?
It's for you white people who can read.
This is digital blackface.
Climb up a ladder with a hammer and a nail, now nail it.
But snarky comments aside, these are the creepypastas of YouTube. First, and what I would consider the YouTube creepypasta, Mereana Glensgorf, uploaded all the way back in 2008. The original video itself contains 2 minutes and 35 seconds of an image of a Hispanic man with a clouded background. A sinister red tint is laid over the image, while what I believe is the original stock film filter from Windows Movie Maker adds a bit of janky creepiness that's really fitting for the era. This was analog horror before analog horror was even a term. The video is mostly made up of silence until 1 minute and 6 seconds in when a tinnitus-inducing, ringing, chiming noise starts playing. Reading into the creepypasta itself, the beginning states that if you look up this long name, you won't be able to find anything, but it's connected to a dark, sinister video that YouTube and its staff would like to forget about. If you do find anything, it'll be a 20-second video of this man staring at you and then smiling 2 seconds before the video ends. This is not the entire video. These strange 20-second videos are uploaded by YouTube themselves with the intention of quelling questions into the existence of the video or reposting it again. This is because after 153 people watched the original upload of this video, they gouged their eyes out and would proceed to mail them to YouTube's main office, and then after commit unaliving. It is not yet known how they managed to mail their eyes after gouging them out, and their bodies would be found with a cryptic inscription carved into their forearm, which as of yet has not been deciphered. The video itself was only viewed by one YouTube staff member, who started screaming after 43 seconds. This man is under constant sedatives and is apparently unable to recall what he saw. The other people who were in the same room as him while viewing it and turned off the video. No other staff would see it, but they would hear it before shutting it off, explaining a high-pitched drilling sound. The person who uploaded the video was never found. The IP address was non-existent, and the man in the video has never been identified. Now obviously, the main part of this story about mailing eyes to YouTube staff is untrue. But one part of this story is actually true. There was a video by this title uploaded by somebody before the current oldest version still available on the site that was taken down by YouTube staff. But they said it was only for TOS, and obviously nobody gouged their eyes out or had to be put under sedatives after watching whatever this is. Unlike what the creepypasta says, the man in the video has been identified as well. I won't say his name, but he's just a normal guy who had some stock photos of himself taken back in the 2000s, which is where this image comes from. A Japanese user goes onto YouTube and tries to look up the username 666, only to see it has been suspended. Not satisfied by this, the person recording continues to repeatedly hit the refresh bar until things start getting a little weird. A few clicks in, and all of the thumbnails have gone away, only displaying the X icon in 666. A few refreshes later, and the text for the promoted videos and videos people are watching now, along with the username, has been changed to all D's and 6's. It only continues to get worse as the page deteriorates with each successive click. The colors begin to deteriorate until the background is this strange, fleshy-like texture with multiple small holes covering it, until eventually the account appears. Clicking on it, the page is covered with even more of these strange fleshy holes. Okay, yeah. The texture is also mirrored in one section, unintentionally creating some concerning faces, staring at the viewer. Most of the text is covered up by these strange textures, but we can see a link to a GeoCities page, along with the views and subscribers both being 666. That is a insanely good view to subscriber turnout. If he was making videos now, he'd say, guys, only 100% of you are subscribed, so make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Or I might haunt your dreams.
And kill your family. Looking at the actual videos on this page, none of them have titles, so the user clicks through them until they get an error message with no text. Nothing can be interacted with. Trying to close the page only gives errors. Trying to interact with anything is pointless. Even attempting to end the task and turning off the PC is pointless. Even trying to interact is pointless. Even boobs is pointless. Even that one wasn't supposed to play. The music ramps up and this banging noise starts becoming audible. The camera starts frantically shifting across the page until... This is one of the site's earliest horror videos that went viral, and currently it lies at over 19 million views. When it comes to the actual username 666 YouTube account, one did exist, but it was suspended before this video came out. Looking at the metadata of the account, it appears that it was likely owned by the same person who made this video, based on the titles being on Japanese and having a similar vibe to Nano's regular content. Some whiner would complain about these videos to YouTube and it would be suspended, possibly because they believe there was actual gore or something in these videos. There is another video which is kind of a sequel to username 666 uploaded by Nano called Another YouTube. It shows the user going into advertising in TestTube, which was YouTube's ideas incubator, I guess. At the very bottom, they find something interesting with a warning, Another YouTube. Clicking on it makes it look like the page has gone through 100 rust filters. The aesthetic is very similar to username 666, and we once again see that the user cannot exit out of the page. Another YouTube spices things up, however, by opening up the user's webcam. The user attempts to switch back to YouTube, but right before their eyes, the button disappears, seemingly covered in the sludge that's corrupted the rest of the page. The ending is kind of similar to username 666. They try to turn off the PC and the task and frantically start looking around the page, but there's no spooky hand that just comes out of nowhere and seemingly kills whoever's recording. Instead, the webcam shows that the user straight up unplugs the computer to turn it off. Although this is clearly a laptop, but maybe it just has a completely shot battery, who knows. Now, I understand creepypastas about stuff like SML, because it might as well be its own TV series. So it's more, not really believable, but less tacky, I guess, to write creepypastas about that. Real YouTubers, on the other hand, and by that I mean those whose face and personality is the forefront, are on a whole different playing field. It's hard to get yourself invested in a creepypasta about a YouTuber that you know is alive and watched by millions. The likelihood of something like that slipping through the cracks is extremely low. And first on the list, and the only one that you may have heard of, because over 10 years ago, Mrbeast narrated it on his YouTube channel and got over 1 million views. pewdiepie.exe is a pretty goofy creepypasta where the narrator, somebody who says they're impartial to PewDiePie but still watches most of his videos, comes across a strange video with a black thumbnail. He says he doesn't quite catch the title of the video because it opens immediately after he clicks on it, despite the fact that obviously you can still see the title of the video after clicking on it in the bottom left-hand corner. The narrator never mentions that the title is blank either, so trying to make the fact that he couldn't see the title ominous falls flat pretty quickly. The majority of the video's runtime is only a black screen with PewDiePie's facecam in the top corner. It appears as if he is playing a game, narrating and reacting to the gameplay just like he would in any other video, despite the lack of any actual gameplay on screen. The narrator assumes this has to be some sort of editing mistake on PewDiePie's behalf. To try and see what's going on, he pauses the video and goes down into the comments section to see if he can get any answers to what's going on. Despite the clear glitch, nobody else in the comments section seems to see it, so our narrator begins typing out a comment only to get interrupted by the video once again resuming, somehow getting unpaused. He assumes that he must have just unpaused it accidentally and goes back up to see what's going on. Now seemingly no longer playing, Felix is now staring directly into the camera. For a solid 30 seconds, he silently stares into the narrator's eyes before starts his intro over again, despite at this point being 7 minutes into the video. After this, Felix frantically looks around the room, seemingly scared out of his mind. We can't know for sure what is freaking out the YouTuber, but whatever it is, it has him absolutely petrified. Footsteps can be heard, and PewDiePie frantically looks around the room as the camera cuts and everything goes to black. The video is not over, however, as this occurred around the 8-minute mark, when the video was 10 minutes long. After a minute passes, we once again see Felix, but he's no longer in his room. The footage appears to be Felix recording himself, desperately running for his life on a low-quality camera. The footage itself is mostly comprised of the ground, but just before the video ends, Felix points the camera back up at his face, tears streaming down his eyes, frantically repeating the phrase, "Falak Nig," before the video finally hits the 10-minute mark and gets those sweet mid-roll ads. Utterly freaked out, the narrator decides to not bring it up in the comments, and says that right before writing this all down, he translated Felak Nig and found out that it meant, "Forgive me." The narrator ends this story by stating that they will inform the community if any new information comes to light. As far as we know, over a decade later, we still don't have any new information. The most recent comment on this video sums up the story pretty well. When you get a YouTube glitch but you're schizophrenic. The thing that stands out to me about this story in comparison to the other YouTuber creepypastas I'm about to read is that this appears to have been a genuine attempt at a scary story. I'm pretty sure that the random black screen for a few minutes is probably inspired by an alive mouse. And based on the ending, it appears PewDiePie may have conjured some sort of deviant spirit, and that's why he's apologizing to the camera. He's brought something into the world that we all now have to deal with, and it would appear that whatever this demon is haunting the PewDiePie video the writer discovers. Perhaps it plays the video normal for some, but corrupted for those it chooses to be its next victim.
No rules, no boundaries. He doesn't flinch at torture, human trafficking, or genocide.
Now, the situation with Mrbeast at the moment is scary enough, but back in the age when everybody loved him, there were people writing creepypastas. Just ironically. How I survived Mrbeast. I was kidnapped and taken into a fake set with holograms. They started to say that I better play along or else my family would get. I started to cry, and he slapped me and said, "You only cry when I give you the money." Then someone out in the dark, in the outside of the virtual set said,
"Rolling."
Then Mrbeast started acting so kind, treating all the fake people and me so kindly. Then he started handing out money to everyone saying, "You get $1,000. And then when it got to me, he whispered, "Cry." I broke down into fake tears of joy as he went on.
"And done."
The man out of view yelled. Then the set disappeared into thin air, and the fake people disappeared as well. Mrbeast transformed into a large cat like his logo, but in a grotesque, scary manner. He looked at me with a menacing stare and said,
Lunch break.
with a large, ear-to-ear grin. As he looked at me, I winced in fear and ran as fast as I could into the darkness. I heard claws and paws running in quick succession after me. As I was running, I saw a few people in the corner dimly illuminated. They looked as if they were clones of Mrbeast friends, piles of bodies and corpses. I stumbled as I saw it and almost tripped. I kept running as fast as I could and didn't stop. As soon as I took my last pace, I saw nothing but darkness, heard nothing but claws, and my own breathing. I tripped and fell. I couldn't go any longer. I gave up, prepared to be eaten. Then I opened my eyes. All I saw was a bright flash. Then I thought, am I in heaven? No. I was outside near an alleyway on the sidewalk. I looked around and noticed that there were people walking, cars running, and nothing wrong. Then I felt a buzz in my pocket. I felt my phone when I reached into my pocket and saw the notification. Mrbeast uploaded a new video. This is my first fictional story. Thought it would be cool to post here. Bro predicted the future. And that's all for the Creepypastas of YouTube for now. Again, if you want to watch more creepypasta readings, I have that SML one, and I just recently uploaded a near hour-long video reading Fallout creepypastas.
If you enjoyed, please subscribe.
Or I'll tear my appendix out. And I'll do it. But that's enough yapping from me. We'll meet again.